Hello, hi. Today I am Sarah from No BS Beauty. I'm going to talk about affordable dupes and best alternatives to Paula's Choice products. Most of these are going to be much more affordable. There's a couple ones that were similar in price point, but people have different reasons sometimes for avoiding Paula's Choice. Most of the time, it has to do with money. They've gotten quite expensive in the last few years. Now that they're owned by a big company. But some people are just looking for alternatives for some reason. Some people are looking for money. So a lot of these, most of these are going to be more affordable. There's one or two of them where they're a little bit more expensive, and I'll talk about that. So, okay, so my first product from Paula's Choice, where I have dupes, is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. This is currently $35 for 4 ounces. And I have word that it used to be 19 bucks back in the day. And it's pretty expensive. I will say though, a little bit bottle lasts a while. So keep that in mind. It's expensive, but especially if you just pat this on your skin, it'll last a while. But still, if you can save money, you might as well. So the main ingredient, 2% salicylic acid, and I will link to the dupes below. Okay, so the first alternative is the Hero Cosmetics Pore Release Blackhead Solution, which is 19 bucks for 3.4 ounces. It also comes in a glass bottle, which is nice. So this is a nice brand. Actually, they have quite a few dupes for Paula Choice products. So if you're looking for alternatives, Hero Cosmetics is, I think, worth checking out, doing some research on. The next up is a serum. It's the Geek and Gorgeous Porefectly Clear 2% BHA serum, which is 1 ounce for 7 bucks. So if you had 4 ounces, what's 4 times 7? 28 bucks? I can't remember. So it's still expensive even if you got 4 ounces. But it's a really nice product, and it's a small brand, which I was what I like. The next one is the PanOxyl Clarifying Exfoliant with 2% Salicylic Acid. I gave it to my friend. She was complaining about blackheads on her nose and chin. So I gave it to her to use. So I don't have it here, but I have used it. It's very nice. And that one is $12.50 for 4 ounces. So I would say that's one of the closer alternatives. And then last but not least is the Costa BAHA salicylic BHA liquid, which is 2% salicylic acid. It's $14 for 4 ounces again. And if you can find this brand, Catrice, they have a pore peeler. And this brand, they used to be at Ulta, and I don't know what's going on with the brand, but I think they're mostly sold in London or England. They're made in Austria. So I thought I'd mention it. It's worth checking out if you're somewhere where you can get it. Obviously, I don't know. It's not for sale anymore here. So, okay, next up is the Paula's Choice Pro Retinaldehyde Dual-Retinoid treatment right here. And this is 1 ounce for $68. It's one of their newer products. And it's expensive, but the star of the show on this one is Adapinoid, which is a new type of retinoid. It's in a lot of ways similar to Adapalene, but it's just a little bit different. And there's only one other product that I really know of that uses it, and it is more affordable by a little bit, by about 20 bucks. And that's the Skinfix Acne Adapinoid Gel with Niacinamide and Squalane. These both use adapinoids, so it doesn't save you a whole ton of money, but 20 bucks here and there. And especially if you suffer with acne and things like that, I think the Skinfix is worth checking out. So that one might be worth doing some research on. Okay, next up is the Paula's Choice C15 Super Booster for Brightening, which is basically it's a vitamin C serum. And this one is currently $55 for 0.67 ounces, which is how many milliliters? 20 milliliters. That is a lot of money for a vitamin C serum. I don't remember this one being this expensive. However, it's 55 bucks. So I've got some nice alternatives to that one. First up is the Dime Beauty Hyperglow Antioxidant Brightening C Serum, which is $32 for 1 ounce. Next up is the Timeless Skincare 20% Vitamin C Serum, which is $26 for 1 ounce. It's another one I've repurchased a handful of times. I don't have a bottle with me because I finished it up, but that one is also worth checking out. And then last but not least is the Geek and Gorgeous Sea Glow Serum, which is $12 for 1 ounce, made fresh. I will say I got the SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic Serum in a advent calendar. And I can say after testing it again, and I'll do another review of it, or maybe I haven't reviewed the full thing yet, but I like the Green Gorgeous better, and it's not nearly as expensive. So anyway, so this one's got the same ingredients as the Paula's Choice: ascorbic acid, vitamin E, ferulic acid. These all contain it. And then one other last one is the BioBear vitamin C, B, and E ferulic serum. That's another one worth checking out. So these are some nice alternatives. They're all much more affordable than Paula's Choice is, and they're all a lot more. Although, you know what? When it comes to vitamin C, it's hard to finish the product before it starts to go bad. So I mean, having a little smaller, I get it, but $55 still a lot of money. So okay, I'm gonna push these over here. Da, 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 da. Okay, there we go. Should I start talking or not yet? Okay. Next up is the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 25% AHA, 2% BHA exfoliant peel, which is a whopping $45 for, again, 1 ounce. This is a peel. It's a rinse-off product. It contains glycolic, lactic, mandelic, malic, tartaric, and salicylic acids. So it has a whole heck of a lot of acids in here. It is strong. It is a peel. So it's just a rinse-off product. So there's a lot of ones that are a little bit more affordable. So for options, we've got the COSRX HA, BHA, PHA, LHA 35 peel, which is $13 for 1 ounce. And this one contains glycolic, lactic, glucolactolone, mandelic, and salicylic acid. And it's about a third of the price. Next up, we have the Isn't Tree AHA, BHA, PHA, LHA 30 serum, which is the same. And it's $14 and it's 0.67 ounces. And last but not least, everyone's going to know this one, the Ordinary HA 30% BHA 2% exfoliant peeling solution, which is $9.50 for 1 ounce. So this one's probably the closest to the Paula's Choice, but they're all nice alternatives and they're all a heck of a lot more affordable. Okay, I've got a few more left. So maybe we'll make this into 2 videos. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, next up, the Paula's Choice 25% vitamin C and glutathione clinical serum, which is $65 for 1 ounce. And I did pay for this. I finished it. It's empty, but it was expensive. And the main ingredients in here are tetradexyl ascorbate, ascorboglucoside, vitamin E, apple fruit extract. So I will link to this below. So I've got a couple dupes, only 2 of them. And the first one is Glow Recipe, their Guava Vitamin C Dark Spot Brightening Treatment Serum, which is $45 for 1 ounce. And that one also contains tetradexyl ascorbate, ascorboglucoside, and apple, and vitamin E. So this is going to be the closest dupe. It's saves you about $20 again. So, and the packaging's kind of fun. So, yeah. And last but not least is the Tula Brightening Treatment Drops Triple Vitamin C Serum, which is $58 for 1 ounce. And this one contains ethyl ascorbic acid, ascorboglucoside, glutathione, and ascorbic acid. So, some alternatives to that one. Okay. Making a little bit of room here. Okay, I've got a couple more left. I was not skimping. Okay. Next up is the Paula's Choice 10% Azelaic Booster, which is $39 for 1 ounce. I have used a couple tubes of it, and I don't have one to show because I finished them and I recycled them, but I'm doing a little bit better in terms of that now. So anyway, it comes in a green and white tube. So some dupes are the Ordinary 10% Azelaic Acid Suspension, which is $12 for 1 ounce, contains 10% azelaic acid. Paula's Choice has 10% azelaic acid as well as 0.5% salicylic acid. The Peach Slices Redness Relief Azelaic Acid Serum contains 10% azelaic acid, and it's $19 for 1 ounce. The Drunk Elephant Bouncy Bright Facial serum. This one's 1.7 ounces for $69, and it is contains 10% azelaic acid and 1% salicylic acid. It's a very close dupe, as well as the what do they call this brand? Sienna Rose. I always think Sunday Riley because it says SR on there, but it's Sienna Rose. This brand is available, I think, on Amazon as well as I want to say Walmart. This one's a very close dupe as well. It contains the 10% azelaic acid as well as salicylic acid in it. So it's another nice alternative, and it's probably the most affordable on that list. I think it's $12, I want to say. So those are some alternatives to that one. And that's, I love azelaic acid. So. Okay, two left. Almost done. Okay, next up is the Paula's Choice Clinical 1% Retinol Serum, which the packaging has changed since I finished my last bottle of it. But anyway, it's $65 for 1 ounce. This is amazing that this is 1 ounce. So, I mean, this is basically the same amount as what's in here. And it looks like it's 8 times the size. You know what I mean? Making room. Okay. So I just packaging is funny, isn't it? Okay, so main ingredients in here: 1% retinol, allantin, peptides, vitamin E, and then a type of vitamin C derivative. So some alternatives for this one are the Cosrx 1% retinol cream, which is $18 for 1 ounce. So for the price of this one, you can get 5 basically of the Cosrx, and this one's got retinol, vitamin E, as well as a vitamin C in there. We've got the Inky List 1% retinol serum, which is $25 for 1 ounce. And this contains 1% retinol. Next up, we've got the Indeed Laboratories Retinol Reface, which I had not realized this, but apparently Indeed Laboratories brand was started by Brandon Truex from Decium. And he sold this company apparently so he could start Decium. And the nano blur products from this brand are what he was most passionate about. So anyway, so this one contains retinol as well as peptides, which is what the Paula's Choice contains. Next up, we've got the Pharmacy 1% vitamin A retinol serum. This one contains 1% retinol. It also contains a little bit of retinol as well as allantin. And then another one that's a little bit more expensive, but actually not terribly much more expensive, is the Drunk Elephant A Passioni Retinol Cream, which is $76 for 1 ounce. It contains 1% retinol as well as peptides. And last but not least, because this document is like 8 pages long. No, it's not. It's 6. A lot. Is the Paula's Choice Omega Moisturizer, which is $39 for 1.7 ounces. It contains amino acids, shea butter, chia oil, olive oil, borage oil, ceramide, squalane, fatty acids, meadow foam seed oil. It's a really nice moisturizer. I've got 2 dupes for this one. The first is the Topicals Like Butter, which is $34 for 1.7 ounces. It contains squalane, shea butter, ceramides, and fatty acids. And last but not least is the Pacifica Vegan Ceramide Face Cream, which is $15 for 1.7 ounces. This one also contains shea butter, ceramides, and amino acids. So these are some of my favorite dupes and alternatives to Paula's Choice products. Most of these will save you some money. Some will save you a lot. Some will save you a little bit. And if you're into Drunk Elephant, that'll not save you anything, but it's still an alternative. So anyway, these are some of my favorite picks. Curious if you guys have any dupes or favorites. Leave a comment below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys more tomorrow. Okay,